Yep, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Call the meeting to order. Let the record reflect this meeting of the Marshall County Alcoholic Beverage Board on the 6th day of January 2026 at 10 a.m. Members of the local board are Brian Howard, Joel Fisher, Maria Keller, and Michelle Trauber is our excise officer. Okay, we have 8 persons here today, opposition, but while persons attended seeking a new permit, requesting a change or location or ownership, seeking a renewal after violation, would she be that or?
Nope,
Okay,
she
Just
is
from ten.
requested by the board to be
Okay.
here.
so we'll do the renewals first that we have.
She still needs to be sworn in
Okay,
because she's
You
gonna
wanna-
talk to the board.
stand and raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you have given on your application or any testimony that you may give to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can be seated. We have regular renewals of the American Legion Post in La Paz, Family Express in Plymouth, Dollar General in La Paz, and Lucretia's in Culver.
Motion to approve the automatic renewals is listed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then we'll move on to the Culver Cove, if you want to come on up here all the way to the front. And you can bring your stuff and state your name. This is for the Culver Cove Enterprises, a beer and wine and liquor hotel renewal, RH 5095228. You can come all the way and you can put it right here on the, you can state your name for,
Kathy Casera, I'm the property manager and legal authorized representative for the Culver Cove Enterprises Partnership and Co-owners Association.
Okay. So, Kathy, I've been in communication with you a bit about the type of permit. It was initially flagged because Culver Cove has been approved for limited separation, which is the railing, half wall, something that separates the bar from the family dining area.
Which closed.
And to have that, you have to sell $200,000 or 60% of your business in food to have the limited separation. So it was, like I said, it was flagged because you don't qualify with those numbers anymore to have the limited separation. Well, through more conversation and everything, it's determined that you're not really a hotel anymore.
Right, yeah.
So we have a hotel permit that doesn't have a dining space, that doesn't have hotel rooms for travelers per se. You have to, it's like Airbnb, right? Book
Yeah,
online.
yeah. We have Airbnb, which is all public rental. And then we have banquet space that's all public rental. So I don't know what, we need to switch if there's something else that we can qualify for. Because we still do the rentals, like this summer we did receptions, wedding receptions, outdoor wedding. They both did alcohol on the premises. We have owners that also do it, which they're not considered outside, but if their family rents, then they come in, they're outside. So I don't know if there's some sort of banquet sort of permit that we could qualify for in lieu of the other ones, because the restaurant closed some time ago. So I was surprised we still had that.
Yeah, well, our processors have kind of changed over the years, so I think sometimes this stuff keeps flying under the radar because a new processor comes in, new processor type thing. So, but, the catering hall, I know that, you guys said that you initially said you don't have space for 250 people, which is a qualification of the catering hall. Then somebody said, oh yeah, we do if you add in all these rooms.
Right, I wasn't counting, we have a main 3-section hall and a side section that is attached to, not outside or down a hall. So when I talked to the people that hired me in, they said, no, if you're counting the whole thing, you can have more than 250. And especially if they don't want a dance floor, you can have more than 250. So not counting the old restaurant or bar, that space will hold
Okay,
So-
how many, I'm still not sure, having not been there for a while, I still don't know it, because it doesn't sound to me like it's gonna qualify, like, is the additional space, is that outdoor, like a patio type thing?
No,
Or
it's
is it- It's
attached.
in,
So this is what the room is like. And we have just this curtain that you can like those old accordion curtains.
Mhm.
So this is our ABC,
okay,
and I don't have the size measurements on it. And then it's here.
oh, okay,
So it's,
I've used that room before.
yeah, it's literally like an L when you add it.
so it's just an
It's
accordion curtain in
within-
between the two?
Yeah, this is an accordion,
Okay,
like drag it shut kind of
Okay.
thing. So sometimes we'll have people that want a 40-person space versus an 80-person space, and it costs less to use that. So we'll just pull this shut. It's got its own door off to the side. But when the accordion's open, it's connected. So
Okay.
if we have a full spot here, for example, somebody's got a huge reception, sometimes they'll put their bar and their gifts and overflow tables on this side so that it's still combined space versus crowding the table space because they want their people all in the same room.
yeah.
So this is what
Okay.
that is.
Okay, thank you for bringing that. So, how many events do you have, like, throughout the summer? Like, how many would you say you had last summer?
We probably didn't have more than like 5 big outside events. The last 2 were past September, and they were wedding receptions. Like there's a couple in town. They used that whole entire thing. They had about 210, but they also used the dance floor. And then the Millers who have the corn, he remarried and had his reception there. Those are the 2 big ones. We had people that used sections of it. So we probably had like 5 big ones, and then with owners, we probably had 6 or 8. So part of what happened too, like we used to do a lot better when I worked there from 2015 to 2020. I left during COVID. They hired a different manager who embezzled 50 grand. So the money from that, he pocketed. I came back, they asked me to come back and take things over in 23, August of 23. So they hadn't had anything really until I came back. And then, so now they've asked me to kind of start. And I know it's our story, but it's what it is. So they still want to try and do it if there's a possibility of a different type of permit that we might qualify for.
Okay.
So the only thing they're looking for a permit for is to be able to host events,
Events, yeah.
reception type thing.
Yeah, because not all the caterers that people have been bringing in, a lot of people like to use, they try and keep local, so they use, what's their names in Argus, the Burkitts?
Oh.
Yeah, because they're the best, but they don't have the permits, so they use them the most based on my referrals, but then they have to do alcohol service through us. So then I go locally to, town country down at the corner, keep it in Culver. And then that way I take care of that. I bring in the bartender.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyways, so I try and help them out, and but there's caterers that just don't have that level. So I don't know. That's really why they want it. Maybe they're scared not to have it. I don't know.
So there is no bar in operation, and so there would be no bartenders on staff or anything like that.
No. So I hire in the bartenders and I check I have my server's permit, and then I get copies of the server's permits that I hire in as well.
So don't buy any alcohol from anyone other than a wholesaler, effective immediately. That's against the law.
Oh, okay. That's what we always were told to do. So, okay.
Yeah, don't do that. We gotta get you fixed because
Yeah.
you're really broken over there.
It's a very old establishment.
Here's the thing. If your space, it looks like from the floor plan, would qualify for a catering hall permit at 250 people. Again, you have to purchase all alcohol through a licensed distributor.
Okay,
You cannot purchase retail to retail. You can't go to Town and Country. You can't go to CVS or Meyer. You have to get it from a wholesaler. You're
Okay.
gonna pay more because
right.
you're a small business and that's where you have to get it.
Okay,
I don't know, like, at this point, if that's still your best option. Um, temporary beer and wine permits, if an event only wants beer and wine, they're $50 a day versus you're paying 1,000 for a permit that
right.
you're not using. If they want liquor also, you can hire a separate licensed caterer for alcohol. So, and I think I can't name names because I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple in Culver that
Okay,
have catering licenses that could cater alcohol over there for you. Basically, they bring it all in, they provide the bartenders, they set it up, they serve it, they clean it up, and they take it all back with them when they're done. And if you're doing that 8 times a year, I don't, I don't know, that might not be the better option.
yeah, most of like our wedding type stuff is all, they want liquor,
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know that when our owners host something, they really go to that extent. But definitely the weddings do.
because on the ATC website, there's a list of licensed caterers and you can search by town or county or anything like that.
Okay,
So you could tell the people like, hey, this is the great food caterers. This is where you can get your alcohol catered, that sort of thing, if that's what you want to do. I know that the board members really want to keep alcohol, but I don't think I just feel like they're not grasping it or something.
yeah. Is there a limit to how many of those temporary permits you can get in a year's time, for example?
Nope, as long as they're private functions. So you say on Friday we got Smith's wedding, on Saturday we got Jones' wedding, on Sunday we got Keller wedding. Like you just keep going as long as you're not just saying, oh, the Jones wedding, the Jones wedding, the Jones wedding. And it's really not
How
the
many
Jones
times
wedding.
can the Jones get married?
Yeah, exactly.
Michelle, is that just a simple process for them to go and to be able to do that, or do they need to contact you to be able to get those temporary permits?
No, that's all done online,
Okay.
the temporary permits, but the hotel permit, like, we can't approve a hotel permit. We
Yeah.
can't renew this permit because you just don't qualify for it. So we
Yeah.
can't really renew that. In order to get a catering hall permit, you would have to start the entire application process from the beginning, and apply for that. Now I don't know when your permit expires. Do you know offhand?
We're on renewal or on a,
Extension?
extension. Yes, thank you very much. Um, it's always October 24th, I want to say, each year.
So till January?
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it may be a thing where you might be without alcohol for a short time, a month. By the time you apply, by the time your extension runs out and you apply and get heard and go through the process for that catering, if you don't apply for a catering hall permit, then on January 24th, your permit expires. January 25th, you can have somebody come in as a licensed caterer. It's just once you apply for a permit, then no one can come in and cater or get temporaries.
Okay.
So you kind of got, I don't know when
Yeah.
your next events are, but,
Okay. So I essentially need to tell our board, we can go through that process. Bring in the licensed caterer that's already got it and they can do the service or do like the temporaries.
Mhm.
Or the combination of the latter two, is that right?
you can either get temporaries or caterings, one or the other. A caterer does beer, wine, and liquor.
Okay,
Temporary is just beer and wine only.
okay,
So, The beer and wine permits are like, you can apply for those. And
Okay.
then you can go to Town and Country and buy the alcohol for it and bring it.
Okay,
But if you decide to apply for the catering hall permit, that's $1,000. Then you have to start buying everything from distributors. You're gonna have to have licensed servers like on staff, not just for this event or that event. I mean, maybe they're contracted or whatever, I don't know, but you have to have employees. You have to keep records of all those employees, things like that.
okay,
So temporary permit, beer and wine only, they could source their alcohol or their beer and wine from the liquor store.
Yep,
She could service, she's a licensed server
yep,
in the event that they have, as long as they have that temporary permit.
correct.
Anything that they want liquor, they would have to hire in a licensed caterer. They don't have to file for a permit. They just need to hire in a licensed caterer that already is licensed to be able to do that.
Right, and the licensed caterer files for the permit, they know how to do that
Right.
and provides bartenders and everything.
And then
okay,
if they did those two routes for either of those functions, they wouldn't need any permits, right?
Correct,
Through the state.
correct.
They would just operate as.
Mhm.
It's temporary when needed.
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
Thing where, because like you said, they, for a couple years, they were doing no functions, and then last year you did like a half a dozen or so. Maybe it's a thing where you say, okay, let's take a break and try this temporary catering route, like
Yeah.
hire these outside people. And then if you start
Yeah.
getting events every weekend or, 50 events a year, then maybe you say, okay, let's apply for the catering hall permit or something,
okay.
something different.
Yeah, that does make more sense. Probably try that.
It's an easy cost to pass down to whoever's renting the facility to.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's
Mhm.
saving the board $1,000 a year on the permits that's really not needed. And
Well, plus the
Yeah.
expenses of buying the actual alcohol.
yeah.
Yeah.
let's
Unless you're
be
buying
honest,
in small
anybody that's-
quantities, you're
Yeah.
not buying a pallet full.
Anybody that's renting that facility is probably just fine bringing in a caterer or paying the $50 temporary fee or whatever the
Right.
temporary fee is or whatnot, so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said, easy cost to pass down to the end user.
yeah,
Makes
okay,
life a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, it takes a
Actually
lot
does.
off your plate.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Okay. We have a meeting 2 weeks from now. So I'll go through all of that with them, let them know what their options are. So do
Okay.
you want me to reach out to you?
So here's what you need to do. We can continue this today, knowing that you have to talk to the board
Mhm.
about this and make a final decision, I guess.
Okay.
Then what will have to happen is you will either, you may have to get a letter of extension if they I mean, if they want to go forward next month and force us to vote on this, it's gonna get denied.
Right,
We have
Right.
to, like, we
right,
can't
because
do that.
we don't qualify for those.
Yes, and then if it goes to the commission and commission upholds it as a denial, then you lose the $1,000 and you cannot reapply for any type of permit for a year. So that catering hall is off the table for a year. If you withdraw this, if they decide to withdraw this permit application renewal, then they would get most of the money back. They keep like a processing fee and you're still good in the water. type
Right,
Thing.
right,
So,
right.
like I said, then
Okay.
you could do the temporary thing for a while, or you can apply for a catering hall.
Okay,
Yeah,
that seems to make the most sense, I think. If they're being logical, I don't know why they're really just like, no, we have to have it. And I'm like, she said there's other options. I'm
Yeah.
like, let me go in and find out,
yeah. And with the temporaries and the caterings, honestly, there's a lot less restrictions on that floor plan thing, like with that separation and stuff, because they're temporary events. So this event may be 21 and above. We don't need any separation. This event has minors, we'll put up rope stanchions or something.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different. It's a little more
Right.
lenient with that as far as instead of a permanent license.
Okay. Okay. So if they would want to withdraw, do I send something to you?
That form is online and you can
Okay.
send it to me or you can send it to your processor, which I think
Okay.
is Kurt.
Yes,
You
Kurt.
dealt with Kurt, yep,
Mhm.
you can send it straight to him too.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest that they do that, because then I think going the other route and seeing how, if, they can build any more business in tiny town.
Right.
It's so hard in the middle of nowhere, but,
Yeah,
that
and
makes the most sense.
have you been on the ATC website?
Um, not for a while,
Okay.
yeah.
If you go on the ATC website, like I said, you can search up caterers.
Okay.
You can find a list of caterers that you can and maybe you can work something out with somebody or two places that say, hey, whatever, that are gonna be regular caterers for
Yeah.
you. And then, like I said, maybe you wanna just test it out for a while if you don't have a lot of events, and then if more events come around, then, you know, entertain a more permanent solution, but
Yeah, that makes more sense, like across the board, even cost wise, to do that.
and if I need to talk to anyone on the board, if they say, we don't understand, whatever, you can give them my email. They're free to email me. And I
Okay.
can help try to explain it.
Hopefully I won't have to.
They might be concerned that, if they lose it, there aren't any available. Maybe that's part of their concern.
Well, I think they thought somebody complained about them, and I'm like, no, that's not it. I'm like, we've had nothing of that kind of conversation whatsoever. And I'm like, we don't, what we're under right now, we don't qualify for. So they thought, oh, somebody's trying to take, and I'm like, I don't think it works like that anymore.
No, there could be 10 hotel permits pop up in Culver. They're not on a quota.
Right.
So there's no quota system there. If they lose the hotel permit and say in 2 years, they say, oh, we're doing a hotel thing again, they can reapply for hotel. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that at all. Nobody's
they
gonna
were
come in and get
Pretty
it.
old school logic, so I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's not it.
Yeah,
So,
Yep. So
Okay.
I will make a motion then that we continue it till February so that Kathy can talk to the board, and hopefully make a decision before that.
yes.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Perfect. Thank
Do
you
you
guys.
have any questions for me?
No, I'll email you if I think of anything. I think that definitely helps. And I think if I can explain it how you did, then I think they'll feel better about it. I think just they've had it for so long.
Yeah.
And then you don't have the same like understanding. So
Well, and back when they probably got this, there was no Airbnb thing happening.
no, oh no, not
Like
at all.
that's
Yeah.
that's new stuff. So as
Yeah.
times change, we just have to kind of roll with it.
Yeah, they
So,
closed the front desk and they switched everything online, and then like we don't have even, the housekeeping service had changed. So everything is just, it's quiet. It's not the hotel environment anymore. So yeah, well, thank you all very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And yeah, feel free to email me, reach out with questions, whatever. And if you need help with the ATC website, whatever, the form, if you can't find it on there, let me know and I can guide
Okay.
you to that too.
Okay, you've been very helpful.
Okay.
there's much
Thank
better
you.
stuff on there.
Yeah.
Once you get on there, you're looking, it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Rabbit hole.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tammy.
Okay, did everybody get a chance to read last month's minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other business? Nope.
None.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Okay, hang on, let me find my guy.